Hello and welcome to Port Hope in the Ontario Junior C Championship Series. Tonight at the Jack Berger Arena, it's the Empire B-League champion Port Hope Panthers against the Midwestern Junior C champion Ayr Centennials in Game 3 in the battle for the Schmalz Cup. Thanks for watching. Our broadcast team tonight includes Claire Cornish, and my name is Rob Snow. Thrilled to be part of this groundbreaking, high-definition streaming broadcast. The road to the Schmalz Cup is brought to you through the generous support of Ayr Farmers Mutual Insurance Company, Kids Help Phone 1-800-668-6868, the Ayr Centennials Hockey Club, Dalrymple Burns Insurance, Lori and Jamie Dance, and Susie Struthers Remax. The Centennials lead the series 2-0, and tonight look to take the stranglehold while the Port Hope Panthers on home ice are desperate for a win to climb right back into this battle for Ontario junior hockey supremacy. Just about set for puck drop, Claire Cornish. You were here for Game 1 of this series. You saw an Ayr team, I don't want to say dominate, but they were strong, start to finish. What does Port Hope need to do differently tonight?
Well, Port Hope's best players have to be their best players. They have to play a full 60 minutes. And really, they got to play shift by shift here and try to generate second scoring chances in the home plate zone. For Ayr, Figueredo, he's got to do what he's been doing so far. He stopped 82 shots in 2 games. They got to win face-offs in their own end because they've got some big-body defensemen who cool the puck well, and they got to stay disciplined. Port Hope's going to rely on a power play. Last game they didn't get any, and that's what helped Ayr in the game.
Game 1, Panthers outshot the Centennials 39-26, but lost 6-3. Game 2, the Panthers scored first, outshot the Centennials 43-26, and lost 3-2 on a late goal. We are underway. Game 3 of the Ontario Junior C Championship. Early chance for Riley Clifford, but he couldn't come up with the puck. Here come the Panthers to center. Dalton Lawrence busting in on the left side. Lawrence with a shot, hit a leg, gets another chance and couldn't bang it in. Now McGill in front. He fires, and he scores! Cameron McGill gives the Port Hope Panthers the lead 26 seconds after the opening faceoff.
There's what we were talking about, Rob. Port Hope's best players got to be their best players. Lawrence takes it through the neutral zone with speed, gets a great scoring chance on Figueredo. A nice rebound pops out, and Smith puts it home.
Looked like Cameron McGill had the first chance. It looked like Smith maybe banged in the rebound. It was close. 26 seconds in, the team in blue, the Port Hope Panthers, jump out to the lead. Ayr Centennials out to center ice. Tyler Harrison will shoot it in. And the Panthers quickly gain control. Goodman lets it roll away. Now chipped off the glass by Hunt to center ice. Goodman gets it ahead. And here come the Panthers into the zone with Mike Smith. His shot goes wide of the net, bounces in behind. Goodman goes after it. Stick handles it back for Wayne Godden. Slides it back in behind the net, but Centennials were there, and McLean is going to send it up on the right wing for Serafin. He couldn't handle the pass. Rolls in the Port Hope corner. Back after it, the Panthers can't clear it out on the first chance. Splits back in behind the net. Matthew Hunt goes to get it. His pass to center ice just out of the reach of Campbell. Icing against Port Hope. Early stages of this one, the hometown Port Hope Panthers lead the visiting Ayr Centennials 1-0.
Port Hope look like they're here to play tonight. Already a couple of really good stretch passes. They've got Ayr's D backing up early.
On the face-off there for Port Hope, but couldn't win the draw. Comes back to McGill. He'll slide it ahead, and Campbell's going to bring it out to center ice. He's got Foley with him on the rush. Feeds him a pass, rolls it towards the net. In after it goes Cam Lowry. And Lowry, with 2 goals already in the series, came close to getting number 3. Here come the Centennials with Zachary Masterson. Backhand shot, saved by Calgary. Lowry goes back in his own corner, trying to retrieve it. Can't. Kicked in at the blue line by the Centennials. Good play there by Mitchell. There's a backhand by Masterson. Bouncing puck. And pounced on by Sheldon Calgary. The 18-year-old goaltender will hold on for the Port Hope Panthers.
But this is really important now for Ayr. This is where your coaching staff comes into play. You tell your guys, that's okay. We've got a long way to go here in this game. Let's regain some confidence. We've got to manage the puck well, try to get it in deep behind Port Hope and do what we do best. We're a big physical hockey club. Let's utilize all 4 lines and put pressure on Port Hope. Regain some momentum.
Kavanaugh for the Panthers around the boards for Mackey. Flips it out to center ice. But the Centennials with Schaefer will shoot it right back in again. Calgary can't control it in behind the net. Around the boards, Gervais can't get a stick on it, but out it rolls to center ice, and here comes Mackey busting in. Taken away from him, good play by Schaefer. He'll bang it off the glass and out to center ice and rolls for Hunt. Flips it back ahead for Mackey, rolls across the Ayr Centennials blue line. Harding swings it across for his partner Ferris. And out it goes to center. Hunt, Kavanaugh, the Port Hope defense, trade passes into center for Gervais. Ahead for Wassiluk. He is taken against the boards, lost his stick. Van Teen with a good hit, and here come the Centennials. Ormiston puts him in the Port Hope zone, and he'll swing off in a line change. 3 minutes gone by opening period. 1-0 for the Panthers. Here's Wassiluk to center. Couldn't get the press to work. Off the bench comes McGill. Pokes it ahead for Gurr. And shot into the zone by the Panthers. Centennials Figardo out of his net. Up on the boards for Riley Clipper. He's got 4 points already in the series. McGill for the Panthers. His pass hit a skate and lands on the stick of Lawrence. Here he comes, the speedy Nolan Lawrence. Comes back to Vera. Back in front, trying to feed it to Lawrence. Didn't work. Now LeBlanc, the captain of the Panthers, digs forward along the boards, trying to feed it back in for Gurr. LeBlanc for Gurr. Andrew Gurr in behind the net. Out front for LeBlanc. Looks, surveys, shoots. Stopped by Figardo. Rebound loose. Try to jam it in. 2 chances, 3, and they can't poke it home. LeBlanc to the blue line. McGill trying to keep it in. Does momentarily, but out come the Centennials to center. Maybe a 2-on-1. Here's Clipper to the net, and he can't reach the pass. Flip back into the corner. Centennials keep it alive on this offensive flurry. Over top of the net. On the shot from Quinn Diamond, who's had 2 goals the last time we were in this building. There's a centering pass. There's a shot blasted just wide of the net and hit somebody. And it's blown down. It was Jordan Bennett who almost scored his first goal in the series.
Lawrence is here to play tonight. Nolan Lawrence is hard on the puck all over the ice, and for the fans watching, watch how many times pucks roll off of his stick and he continues to skate, move his feet, pick up loose pucks, and get second opportunities. I've noticed already in this game, Figueredo's had to make 2 or 3 second chance saves, and that's what Port Hope's going to have to do, is put constant pressure on him from in tight.
Panthers in blue, the Centennials in white. Game 3 of the Ontario Junior C Championship, the battle for the Schmalz Cup. Here comes Jonah Goodman to center. The 18-year-old from Montreal rolls the puck in. Goodman is out there in a line with Godden and Smith. Smith gets the puck free for Goodman. He tried to roll it in front. The bouncing puck rolls on net. And Figueredo makes the save and will hold on.
This is a key shift for Ayr. This is a big line. Clee, Sullivan, and Harrison. They need to grab some momentum here, make things happen for Ayr.
It's off to the left of Mitch Figueroa. In the Schmalz Cup playoffs so far, he has a .948 save percentage. Otherworldly numbers, topping almost 95% of the shots he's faced. Lowry sends it back in behind the net. Foley trying to get to it. Masterson's going to push it ahead for Cummings, and the Centennials come to center. Roll it into Port Hope corner. After it goes Keegan Ferguson. Only one penalty in the last game on Sunday. Don't see that very often. We had a slew of them in the opening game. Good body check thrown by Matthew Hunt. As Cummings waiting not to touch the puck yet. Here comes Masterson. Hunt again with the big check. Comes back out to center ice. Nolan Ferris, who had the game winner on Sunday, pushes it to the Port Hope blue line. Bounces around there. And now controlled by Ferguson. Youngest player in the game, Keegan Ferguson, a 1999 birth year. Just turned 17. He's a draft pick of the Oshawa Generals, and Ferguson makes a big hit to gain control and push it into the zone. Another big hit thrown by Hunt as the Panthers are throwing their weight around here in the early stages, leading 1-0, nearing the 6-minute mark of the opening period. Mitch Harding dumps the puck in the Port Hope corner. Panthers chop it back down the ice. Will it go for icing? No, it won't. Hustling back, McLean gives it away. Gervais cuts to the net, and he couldn't get a shot through. Banked off the glass and out to center ice. Maybe an on-hand rush from the Centennials. No, they lose it. Back come the Panthers. Wasselot in front. Mackey was there, and he couldn't find the handle. Crowd is buzzing here early stages of this one with their team leading. Centennials, though, break it back out to center ice, and here they come. Ormiston floats it towards the Port Hope net, misses. McGill goes after it, chops the puck ahead to the blue line, kept in. Chance in front, they try to dangle. Here's a shot over top of the net and the glass. And out of play. What a chance for the Centennials.
Port Hope's had all the pressure here, and what they're doing is when they have the puck, they're selling it to the boards, their D are selling it to the wingers, which opens up the middle of the ice, and they're able to hit the centerman swinging through or the weak side winger swinging through, which gives them tremendous amount of speed through the neutral zone. And when Ayr has the puck, Port Hope's angling them to the wall and forcing them to play along the wall with virtually no speed.
Shot from the point. Puck rolls towards the net, and it is covered up by Figueroa.
You see a little bit of line matching going on here now. An important offensive face-off. Ayrsman was really good at using the first game and the second game in their D zone. They win a lot of face-offs that want to make sure that they wheel around the net and break out clean here. Port Hope's looking for a set play between the...
Panthers win the face-off. The shot will block, and it goes all the way down the ice. Person won't be icing. Back to get it. Goes Jeffers. Will touch ahead from McGill. Takes his time. Swings it out to center ice. And the Centennials go back to get it with McLean. Up they come to center ice. Masterson. He's got some speed. Cuts to the line. Trying to dangle his way past Jeffers. He wouldn't let him through. Into the corner it goes. Cummings. Nice steal there by Lawrence. And the Panthers, most valuable player in the regular season, works it ahead. Here's Lavoie in front. A chance for Gurn. He couldn't knock it home on the pretty setup. Lawrence and Masterson all tangled up, and it's an offside call at the Port Hope Panthers blue line as Lavoie and Masterson get all tangled up, but the referees don't bother with the penalties right now.
If I'm coaching Ayr right now, I got to find a better matchup. Right now, Lawrence's line is just dominating our team on every shift. I got to look and find who's willing to be able to skate with him, take the body with him, in order to make sure they limit their chances.
Just under 12 and a half minutes to go in the opening period. McGill back behind his own net. Going to push it up on the boards. Grabbed by Smith. He couldn't clear it. Godden goes back to get it. He'll send it ahead off of Goodman. He'll roll the puck across the Centennials goal line, picked up by Smith. He'll dump it in deep. And Figarno is going to tee it up behind his net for Sean Mitchell. 20-year-old defenseman starts the rush, pushes it up on the boards, but Godden slams into his man. Puck slides back in the corner. Mitchell again is going to start it out for Pennant. The Centennials captain. Out it goes to center ice, picked off by the Panthers. And now Gardner slides the pass ahead for Goodman. Maybe an on-man rush here. Goodman shot, and that was blocked. Gardner follows up. He drills one to the net. And a player in the net. The puck is loose. And finally, referee Joe Park blows his whistle. And no penalties on this one. 11:25 remaining, first period. Rob Snook and Claire Cornish here at the Jack Berger Sports Complex in Port Hope. Renovated a big part of the building last year. It's the Panthers' second straight year in the Ontario final. Last year lost in Game 7 against Essex. And of course last year Ayr's season ended at the hands of those Essex 73s as well. This year, one of these two teams is going to come out with the Schmalz Cup. Centennials lead the series 2-0. Panthers lead the game 1-0. Jeffers inside his own blue line for Kavanaugh. Pass picked off. Now Campbell dumps it in. Figarno up on the boards. Lowry took it away to the blue line for Jeffers, and it's pushed out to center. Maybe a chance here for Schaefer. Into the middle, coming back hard though is Jeffers to break up the play. Ormiston to the blue line. There's a shot that was blocked. And it rolls out to center ice. Harding saucers in ahead for Ormiston. Back to Ferris. He's taken against the boards. And Jeffers goes back in his own corner, gives it to Mackey. He had tried to miss a hit, but he didn't. Masterson takes the puck away. In fact, that was Serafin. Centennials keep it alive to the blue line from Kemp. His shot towards the net. Scramble there. They shoot. What a save. Another chance. Scramble at the side of the net. Calgary just came up with a big one. A 5-bell save. Another shot. Calgary can't reel it in, but he's kept it out. And the whistle goes. We've got the puck touched with a high stick. And then Serafin and Jeffers with some post-whistle discussions.
There's Cadbury being equal to Figueroa, doing what he has to do, keeping his team in. They're under siege there for at least a minute. Lots of shots on him. Great job making a key save, and then right back again with a good control of his rebound. At this point in the year, there's no way you're winning an Ontario Championship without a solid goaltending, and he looks like he's here to play tonight, definitely.
Sheldon Calgary played 47 minutes so far in the series. Coming into tonight's game, of course, Panthers gain control in their own zone, and up they come to center ice with Hunt. Feeds to Lawrence. Rolls it in right to the net. Figarno is going to hold on long enough to get a face-off with 9:42 to go. First period, 1-0, Port Hope Panthers leading.
Let's watch here if Ayr makes an adjustment. If I'm coaching Ayr right now, I'm not having too much success by going behind my net and around to the board, so I want to try what we call a B-reverse here.
Centennials, though, come up with the puck, and out they come to center. Masterson, and it's chopped off of his stick. And the loose puck gathered in by McGill. He is upended. That's going to draw a penalty. And it is shot up and out of play. It's going to be a tripping penalty. The referee didn't really have a choice there. I don't think it was intentional.
No, it's one of those ones where the player stops moving his feet. Doing a little bit of stuff in the neutral zone. This is exactly what Ayr maybe is going to try out as a tactic, is to try to turn Port Hope around, get them upset, get them focused on some undisciplined play. But right now it's been all Port Hope, and this is a key opportunity here to put a second one on the board and take a real stranglehold here in the first period.
Centennials' penalty kill has been dynamite so far in the series. They've killed off 7 out of 8. That's an 87.5% clip. Turn those numbers around, that means Port Hope's only scored 1 once on 8 chances.
Well, the big players back in the lineup here. I know he was in game 2, but Miguel's back here for game 3, which really helps their power play.
Kept in at the blue line by McGill. Now to LeBlanc. Now to Lawrence. To the net it goes. Nice save by Figueroa with Blaine Godden right on his doorstep. He's able to stop and hold on for a face-off. 9:15 remaining in the period. More importantly, 1:49 to go in this Port Hope power play. Here's right off the face-off. Godden trying to jam it in. Comes back to Gurr. Spot on the top power play unit here. Now comes back to Godden. Back to Gurr. To the blue line from McGill. McGraw. Lawrence. McGill creeping in. Comes back to McGraw. Shot on. Figueroa with a save. And another one to keep the puck out.
That's what Lawrence and LeBlanc do really well. Lawrence will attack the first checker and then either reverse the puck or drop pass to LeBlanc with some net front action. So by net front action, I mean you have a guy standing in front, taking away the goalie's eyes, looking for either a rebound or a tip or obviously a screen.
Then Port Hope wins the face-off. LeBlanc can't keep it in. Here's Masterson to center. Maybe a short-handed chance. Joined in the rush by Wibbs. Here's a shot. He scores. Short-handed goal. It's Zachary Masterson, and we're all tied up at 1.
That's a key goal for Ayr right now. We take a little bit of wind out of Port Hope's sails. It's one of the things as a coach you always wonder, do I put a forward back on D for my power play? I like to have 2 D back there, especially on the face-off, and there you see, unfortunately for LeBlanc, he gets a little handcuffed with the puck. Masterson's a real good skater. We saw it in game 1 with his speed, and he scores a key penalty kill goal where he put his team back in wood.
11-16 at the time of the goal, and we're all square, but the Panthers still have a power play for over a minute to try to recover here. But again, the Centennials blast the puck down the ice. Jeffers goes back to get it. Puck's back in behind his net. Still a minute to go in this power play, but again, the Panthers can't find the handle. Shoveled back down the ice again by the Centennials. McGill behind his net. He's originally drafted in the OHL by Mississauga. Here comes Lowry. Brings the puck in. Busting in. Steers it towards the net. They try to jam it home. And again, Figueroa shuts the door.
Good net drive by Lowry. He's had a heck of a series for a guy who didn't really score any goals through his Eastern Ontario League final against the Mojacks, in the quarterfinal and the semifinals against Alliston. He's played really well in all 3 first 2 games and then here in the first period.
It's almost like this series suits his style the best.
Exactly.
Here's Lawrence to the net, and he just rolled it wide. Comes back to Mackey. McGill. Mackey. Panthers trying to get something going in the final half minute of the power play. McGraw. Mackey in behind the net. Lawrence parked out front. Comes back to the blue line for McGill. Lines up. Fakes. Shoots. Walking away. Bouncing puck. Scramble in front. And held again by Figueroa. And some more extracurriculars after the whistle.
This is a perfect example, though. Figueroa's going to save those every time if he can see them. You've got to get right in front of him, take away his eyes, and you're looking for somebody off to the side or across the Willow Road. The Willow Road, the imaginary line from the middle of one net all the way to the middle of the other. If you can make a pass across that Willow Road, the statistics prove a goalie has a very difficult time saving those.
Lawrence wins the face-off for Jeffers. Across it goes Ferguson, snaps it on net, and again, Figueroa sees it and stops it.
So what I'm doing right now with Port Hope, and I'm sure their assistant coaches look after their power play, so as I'm telling Ferguson, you got to hang on for a second, you got to be shooting for a stick there, waiting for that screen.
Final few seconds of the Centennials penalty. Again, they win the key face-off and blast it down the ice. Where is it? It's in behind the keeper and almost rolls into the Port Hope net. But the Centennials have killed off the penalty. Here comes LeBlanc. Has Lawrence with him. LeBlanc blasting. Figueroa with a glove save.
It's a nice play by Port Hope. They call that a post up and a tip. So the way winger recognizes the D as control going around behind the net. He skates up to the far blue line, posts up. He's looking for a stretch pass, and then he tips it out to his player who's coming through under the puck. Under the puck with speed, over the blue line with possession and looking for a goal scoring chance.
7:17 left, first period, 1-1 game. There's a shot just rolled wide of the net by Jordan Gardner. Pettit pushes it up on the boards, kept in by Porthope. Gardner again, waits for traffic this time, and maybe waited a split second too long. McGill, in for Smith, in behind the net for Wassilot. Back to the blue line for McGill. His shot over top of the net, and in fact over top of the glass. Might have ticked off the goaltender's glove on the way.
And so, one thing I noticed, Rob, so far in this first period, though, Port Hope's winning a lot more face-offs than they did in Game 1. And that's something that Ayr's got to make an adjustment to, because Port Hope's a possession-based team that have up-ice pressure, a lot of speed. You don't want them winning face-offs in the Air zone. Every time they win a face-off in the Air zone, you're putting pressure on your D, you're putting pressure on your goalie. So they've got to make some adjustments, figure out some key matchups here.
Throws it in to the middle and rolls. But Twin Diamond's going to backhand it out to center. Here's Riley Clifton chasing, but knocked out of his reach by Kavanaugh. Shot back in by Nolan Ferris. Panthers go back to get it. Kavanaugh parks in behind his net. Steps out from in behind and works a pass to the line, but it's intercepted and just came out, according to the linesman. The Centennials looked like they had a great chance. 16 left, first period. Panthers scored first. Centennials struck back a short-handed goal. Porthope's goal by Cameron McGill and Ayr's goal by Zachary Masterson. And a big hit by Matthew Hunt, but here come the Centennials. Shot on net. The goaltender can't find it. Calgary finally falls on it. And what a hit by Hunt. Everybody looking that way. And the Centennials just about took the lead.
I don't want to give too much away here, Rob, but when we were playing Port Hope, we figured we knew what Cadbury was the weakest on, and I think Ayers picked it up. They're shooting to his glove hand all the time. He sometimes has a hard time closing his arm in and making that save and keeping the puck in tight with his body until it'll fall out. We've seen that already a couple times. So here's a big shift now for Clee and Harrison. We haven't seen much out of this big line this period. This is time for them to use the ozone face-off to their best.
Sernfin was a forward on this line, but he's slid back to the left point right now. The Panthers win the face-off. Hunt in behind his net, sends it around the boards for Laglois. And the Panthers are going to work it to center ice. McLean shovels it right back in again. Calgary out of his net, look out. Pushes it up on the boards for Laglois. Masterson, good forecheck there, and then rolls ahead to Dalton Lawrence. Brings it to center ice, across the blue line, backhands into the net, chases after it. But Mitch Figueroa with the save, and will hold on. Figueroa, 10 wins in 11 games so far that he's appeared in the Schmalz Cup playoffs. He knows how to win hockey games.
He also knows that this is potentially his last year junior, so what a way to go out as an Ontario champion. And again, what I said earlier in this period is you need incredible goaltending to go this deep, and both of these guys are providing it.
Panthers win the face-off. McGill shovels it in for Laglois. In behind the net, trying to feed it to Gurr, but the Centennials are going to reclaim it. Masterson chips it to center ice, knocked down by Laglois. He was upended, but gets the puck ahead for Gurr. And McLean's going to bring it forward for the Centennials. He's got some speed, trying to cut his way in. Good rush there by Connor McLean. He's got him again in the corner. Luffed up by Gurr. The puck pushed ahead, but not out. Great effort by McLean. Sends it right to the front of the net. Now kept in. Finally, the Panthers relieve the pressure. Here they come to center. Jeffers on the rush with Gurr. Back to Jeffers. On towards the net. Couldn't get it through. Kept in by Laglois. McLean is going to risk Wrist it out to center ice. Ferguson smartly shovels the puck away from the center of the ice and now feeds Jeffers to LeBlanc. On the left wing, Wassilek couldn't find the pass. Mackey will, and he'll work it in. Figueroa out of his net. Up on the boards, Centennials flip it to center, knocked down by Hunt. Clipper was there buzzing around. Panthers go back to get it with Kavanaugh. Mackey couldn't handle a pass. He'll try again. This time up on the boards, Gervais couldn't clear it. Great work by the Centennials to keep it in. Quinn Diamond in behind the net, but Kavanaugh took it away. And Wassilek out to center for Mackey, across the blue line. And he couldn't get it in deep. Here comes Diamond, turns it back around. He's got Webbs with him. Diamond in front, and the puck pinballs. And the Panthers will get it out, and it misses the everything, including the rafters, and stays in play. Riley Clipper, then for Webbs, rolls off his stick into the corner. Jeffers trying to hold off Webbs. Now McGill, and we've got a penalty coming here. It's a holding penalty, and I think the Centennials are headed to the power play.
This is a function of the Centennials having 2 or 3 good shifts here with lots of pressure on Port Hope, keeping pucks in on the blue line, working the walls real well. And Jeffers got caught on a little bit of a long change. He tried to get off, thinking that Ayr was going to dump the puck. They carried it in, and he's just tired and ends up not moving his feet, using his hands, and holding the Ayr Centennial player.
It's clean. Taking the face-off for the Centennials. This time can't win the draw, but the visitors from Ayr reclaim the puck. Back into the corner. Seraphim working in the high slot. Goes back to the blue line for Cummings. Cummings down low. Masterson clean. Seraphim shoots. Calgary the save. And you'll hold. 20 seconds elapsing there in the Ayr power play.
That's what Ayr has to do in order to capitalize on this power play, is get the puck up to the D once and then back down to the low post. Port Hope will pressure up high. They'll look for quick turnovers and easy penalty killing opportunities to just dump the puck. Ayr has to work it up to their point, either look for the shot or right back down to what we call the low post.
Centennials 1 for 5 in the power play so far in the series. That was over top of the net. Cummings down the blue line for Clee. Walks the line. Wrist shot. Bad save. Loose in front. Panthers can't clear it. Cummings, right point. Buys some time. Shoots it through the traffic. And it deflects up and out of play with 1:20 to go in the Cornwall penalty.
I like Ayr's power play here. They run like the Detroit Red Wings, where they'll send the forward up and around outside of even of the blue line to get lost, basically, and then come streaking down through the middle. Usually it's Seraphim. That time Clee took the eyes away with a great tip up and over top of Calgary's out.
Off outside the blue line, as it was judged to have been touched by an Ayr player last. Centennials win the face-off. Cummings from McLean with a great shift. He scores from center ice. He floats it long distance, and it bounces right through the legs of Calgary. It's 2-1 Centennials.
You think that bounced right in front of him, Rob?
I think it took a little hop.
That's an unfortunate one. You see those more often than you tend to believe. Port Hope's going to have to regroup here. They've had all the play pretty well other than the last few shifts, so they're going to have to regroup here.
17-21, the time of the goal. So after Port Hope opened the scoring and a goal by Cam McGill, it's Masterson and McLean that have the Centennials in the lead. One shorthanded, one on the power play. Not sure what the issue is now at the Centennials bench, but something is under discussion with referee Joe Parker. Shot counter here, but I would think the edge would go to Port Hope. Here comes Lavoie. The captain of the Panthers brings it into the left wing corner, pushes it in behind for Gurr. Going to shake off the check of Kemp. And the Centennials to the blue line, can't get it out. Here's Lavoie again, back into the corner. Jams on the brakes. Fights off a little hook, still has it. Slides it back in for Gurr. Lawrence trying to help out in the corner. Pinching down low is Gardner. Back to grab it is Lavoie. Throws it to the net, but it was knocked out of harm's way and brought to center ice by Clipper, who couldn't make a play on it. Back come the Panthers. Lawrence leading the rush. Lawrence shot. Doesn't get through. Gurr has it in the corner. Andrew Gurr pass out front. Lavoie and Lawrence both have chances in front. And the Centennials clear it out of harm's way. Back to get it, feeds it to Jeffers. Austin Jeffers, mid-season midget hockey. He's really come on here for junior C in the playoffs. Back come the Centennials. Jordan Jackson White broken up by the Panthers, and back they come the other way. Campbell lofts it in. Figaro smartly out of his net. Around the boards for White. Can't get it out. Foley. For Lowry, for Foley. Just over a minute to go here in the first. It's a 2-1 Centennials lead, and here they come again. Masterson going to dangle his way past Hunt, still has it. And McGill knocked him down and took the puck away. Cameron McGill back to center ice. Peterborough boy will loft the pass in front. He was trying to feed it to Campbell. It didn't work. And the Panthers scurry back in their own zone with Matthew Hunt. Smith back to the Centennials blue line. Harming across from Mitchell. The defense from the Centennials banking off the boards. Kicked in by Smith. Not for long. Mitch Cleave's going to work at the center. Final 20 seconds to go in the opening period. Matt Harding, 21-year-old defenseman, sends the puck ahead. Smith rams into his man Clean. But the Centennials have a chance to move it out of their own end, and they will to center ice. McGill sends it right back in again, and that's going to do it for the first period. Port Hope strikes first. Ayr strikes back and leads 2-1 after 20.
Well, if I'm there, I'm really happy to get out of that period 2-1. Port Hope took most of the play, had really good scoring opportunities. If I'm Port Hope, I stay with it. I work shift to shift. I stay confident. We were all over them that period. If I'm Port Hope, and I think if we stay there, game plan, we'll look for second chances. We'll be right there.
Second period, the Schmalz Cup Finals, game number 3, and the Port Hope Panthers hosting tonight's game, but trailing the series 2-0, trailing in the game 2-1. Rob Sneak here alongside Claire Cornish as the Panthers look to bounce back from kind of a rough end of their first period, which started so well.
Yeah, there's some Ayr fans here close to us, Rob, and they're feeling pretty fortunate to get over that period up 2-1. So we'll see what happens here. Port Hope looks like they've got the jump early on.
Centennials in white break the puck out to center ice. Rodman couldn't make a play on it. Now Greer for the Panthers tries to push it in deep. There's a chance for Lawrence cutting to the net. Dalton Lawrence couldn't get it through. And Hardy is going to go back to get it. And grabbed again by the Panthers. Godwin tries a centering pass. Rolls in front. Port Hope coach Matt Goody trying lots of different combinations with his top player, Dalton Lawrence. Puck loose in front. Here's a chance for Clee. And he scores. And the Centennials have taken a 3-1 lead. Mitch Clee goes to the net and gets rewarded.
Well, it took the whole first period, but there's big line doing what they have to do is counter the Port Hope's pressure. Coming back, good 3-on-2, just driving the net. Clee showing a nice little patience, makes a little fake, gets Calgary to fall down and slides it under his legs.
1:09 into the second period. The visiting Ayr Centennials have opened up a 3-1 lead. Josh Clee, who's been impressive from this whole series. Centennials push it up on the boards. Quinn Diamond takes his time, skates out of his own zone, slides it across the ice. Cut it. At least Mitchell gonna take it away. And the Panthers come back to center. Here's Lowry, one man back. Lowry trying to step around Kemp. Nice job to steer him aside. And the Centennials again, back they come to center ice. Here's Clipper. He gets just barely touched by McGill. He kind of got out of the way. It looked like McGill had him lined up. Good play there. Now the Centennial forward to stay out of harm's way. Scramble play through the neutral zone. Panthers push it back forward. Lowry's going to send it in deep and then peel off on a line change. 2 minutes gone, second period. Centennials strike early and have a 2-goal lead. Brendan Schaefer dumps the puck into the Portland corner. Panthers push it out to center ice. Here's Josh Gervais across the blue line, right wing side. Floats it towards the net, misses. To the blue line it comes Kavanaugh. In front, tipped by Figueroa, and out of play it goes.
There's a veteran play by Figueroa. We call it knifing the puck. He knifes the puck out. He knows he's under a bit of pressure. Long shot from the point along the ice, tips his blade over and knifes the puck out over the glass, so his coach can get the right players on the ice here for a key defensive zone face-off. If I'm Port Hope, I got to be aware here. I don't want to take a lot of chances. I want to keep doing what I'm doing. We're only down by a couple of goals and we've still got lots of time left on the clock.
Serafin bats it to the blue line, kept in. Wassiluk into the corner. Harding moves it around the boards. Tyler Harrison out to the blue line. It rolls to center ice. Panthers reclaim it. Here's a pass for Mackey. Snaps one on net. Figueroa 10 feet out of his head makes a great save. And a penalty coming here long after the whistle. It's a roughing call. I think it's against the Port Hope player, Kavanaugh, who came in late. In fact, it is Lawrence. No, it is Kavanaugh who's getting the penalty, yeah. No, it's Wassiluk. There we go. Get that straight.
Actually, we might have the offside minors here. Yeah, which would be a good call with another referee.
Sometimes they just decide they're fed up with all the extras.
It's too early in the game to be letting that stuff creep into it. We got a good hockey game here. Joe Park is a senior referee. He'll take care of that kind of stuff in between the whistles.
There's another chance. The puck rolls through the Port Hope crease and somehow stays out. So 4-on-4 hockey. In fact, that was the Ayr crease, of course. There's Jeffers. His shot. That's stopped. Figueroa not only good, but got a little good luck there. Back it comes to center. Jeffers to McGill. Lofts it right back in. In fact, they're playing 5-on-5 hockey, just to clarify. Jeffers, great job to keep it in. Goodman, pass. In front, there's a shot. Figueroa trying to cover it. Scramble in front of his crease. Still loose. And the Panthers can't poke it in. And maybe an odd man rush. White has Cummings with him. Feeds the pass. He scores. It's 4-1 Centennials.
Tough break for Port Hope. Port Hope's D engages when he sees the loose puck in front of the net. They're strong on the sticks, turn the puck over, down they come on a 2-on-1, and again, that's your pass across the railroad. You force the goalie to move laterally, and he just isn't quite quick enough. Let's see if we can have a goalie change here, Rob.
Yes, indeed we are. Goaltender change on the Port Hope side. The goaltender into the net for Port Hope is Aaron Young. He came in to replace Calgary in the opening game. So we've got a 4-1 lead with a lot of time on the clock. Still just under 16 and a half minutes in the second period. Hunt into the middle for Lawrence. His pass finds Gurr, brings it in right wing. Poked away from him, shoveled in by Keegan Ferguson. Centennials back in their own zone, can't work it up the boards though. Gurr gains control and behind the net, fights off a check, still has it to the blue line. Hunt with a shot and easily knocked away and brought to center ice by Harding. Drop pass, Diamond couldn't get a play going. Here comes Lawrence, leading the rush for Port Hope across the blue line, waits for some help. still has it. Backhand shot. Save Fagardo. Scrambled side of the net. And it's dug out by Ribs. So he'll get the Centennials going back to center. Here's Diamond. Two Panthers come back and Diamond blows a tire. And it is shoveled ahead. Dalton Lawrence took a heavy blow from Clipper. Back comes Clipper in front, and he couldn't find the handle. We've got a penalty coming here. It's a high-sticking penalty against Port Hope as Cam Lowry heads to the penalty box.
Come in defensively with Lawrence, but this is where Port Hope has got to be disciplined. We still got lots of time. We've got lots of firepower. We want to try to capitalize on Roar maybe sitting back now with a 4-1 lead, but you're not going to do it by taking undisciplined penalties.
Centennials 1-for-1 on the power play. Win the face-off. Back to the right point of the goals. There's a shot bouncing in front. And McGill trying to push it back in his own corner. Taken away Harrison. And now Panthers regain it. And Campbell is going to send it out of his own. After it goes Mackey. Back to Campbell. Trying to get something maybe going offensively on this short-handed situation. But the Centennials break it back out. Mitch Klee curls back inside his own blue line. His pass led down by McGill. Regained by Klee and the Centennials. Just past the 5-minute mark of the second. 4-1 lead Ayr. Here comes Mackey. Has McGill. Mackey! And couldn't quite decide at Lincoln he wanted a pass or a shot. And it was kind of an in-betweener. Centennials just about halfway through their power play, leading already 4-1. They look a little tentative here. Masterson skates through center ice, backhands into the Port Hope zone, shoveled back down the ice by Austin Jeffers. McLean, who scored the second goal for the Centennials, has it in behind his net. Up for Kemp. Mackenzie Kemp brings it in, jams on the brakes. Taken against the boards, stays with it. To the blue line, McLean keeping it into the corner. Ribs, Harrison, McLean, fakes. Back to Harrison, to Diamond rather, into the corner. Ribs, Clipper, Ribs again in behind. Back to Clipper, his shot went off the side of the goal post. To Quinn Diamond again. Ribs, still holding out to Kemp. All the way back to the blue line, in the corner. Jeffers gets in front of it and shovels it down the ice. That'll do it for the Port Hope penalty. So the Centennials now 1-for-2 on the man advantage. Ayr Centennials, winners of the Midwestern League. Out they come to center. Looking for their first ever Schmalz Cup Championship. Good comeback as the team is what's needed on the other side of the ice for the Panthers. Mike Smith races after the puck along the boards, comes up with it in behind the net, fights off the check, gets upended, stays with it to the blue line. McGill shovels it in front. Goodman couldn't find it. And it's brought back to center ice. And Latane trying to make a play, ends up in the corner. Schaefer does a nice job to keep it alive. The Panthers finally have a chance. Get it outside the blue line. And gathered up back in by Mitchell. And Sean Mitchell will shoot it right back in to the Port Hope zone. Again, a giveaway by the Panthers. Blasted wide of the net. Masterson scoops it up in the corner. Back to the blue line. Mitchell with a shot high over top of the net. Cummings. Mitchell. Masterson. Glove save by Aaron Young, and he'll hold on. 12:07 to go, second period. 4-1 Ayr Centennials lead.
You see here, Ayr is putting on a lot of pressure. They're not too excited to go below the face-off dots and chase. They're going to have a traditional 1-2-2 trapping-like system. It's up to Port Hope to come back and come out as a 5-man unit. They want to make short-little passes, attack the first forechecker.
Sends the puck down the ice. Out to center anyway. Harding Ferris. Harding, the defense for the Centennials, trade passes and working ahead for Harrison. Picks up some speed. Through center he goes. On the Port Hope line. And then taken away and shoveled back to center ice. Harding lofts a pass ahead. Shot forward for Harrison. Cuts across the blue line. Couldn't make a play on it. Now Gardner. Kavanaugh. Back to Gardner. Port Hope tries to get out of its own zone with some speed here. Gardner shovels it in. But again, reclaimed by the Centennials. They can't get it out in the first attempt. Nolan Ferris, a goal and an assist in the series. Out to center, long pass. Finds Serafin. In for Harrison. Curls back with it. Back into the corner. And going to get it is Jordan Gardner. Mackey. Cuts all the way across the ice. Now has to backtrack. Gardner. Give away. Kemp starts the Centennials. Clipper in on the right wing. There's a wrist shot over top of the net. Back to center for Mackey. Chips it to the Centennials blue line, but McLean goes back to get it. Here's Jake Ribbs with some speed. Looking for some help. James on the brakes. He is slammed into by Mackey. And Mackey grabs the puck. Long pass, glove down by Clipper, and he'll just shovel it right back in the Port Hope zone. Nearing the halfway point, second period. 4-1 Centennials, given away by Mackey. Back in the Port Hope zone. Young out of his net. Almost gave it away, did, but the puck bounces out of play, and the Panthers dodge a bit of a bullet.
If I'm Matt Goody, I've got to come up with a strategy now. You can see what Ayr's doing really well. Anytime a team can make a 5-man, so a wholesale change when the puck's in your zone, you're doing a great job in the neutral zone to shut down the other team, and that's what you just saw Ayr do there. They changed 5 players while Port Hope had the puck deep in their own zone. Portland's got to come back with speed and either come up as a 5-man unit or figure out a way to stretch or back to the far blue line.
Lots of different line combinations that Coach Matt Goody's trying. He's got Lebois with Smith and Goodman. Smith, the alternate captains. Lebois, the captain of the Panthers. They can't get a hold of the puck. Now Lebois got it. Busts it in. And he is slammed into it, pushes forward, but the Centennials reclaim the puck, put it to the blue line, kept in. Lebois into the corner for Goodman. He'll cycle it back to Lebois, doesn't work. And Jackson White's going to get the Centennials going to center for Masterson. Hunt had him lined up. Masterson avoids the hit. Lebois couldn't get it out. Now he will. Second chance. Feeds it ahead for Smith. Mike Smith slaps one wide of the net. And we had a Port Hope player and a Centennials player, Masterson and Hunt, all tied up in behind the play. Referee just lets them go. Bouncing puck in the Centennial zone. Gathered in by Lawrence. Shovels it to the net. Didn't get all the way through. And Cummings feeds it up. And it went off the player on the Port Hope side into the bench off Lantania. And we've got a whistle. 8:44 to go in the second. 4-1 Centennials leading.
One of the things junior coaches always talk to young players as they come into the league is learning how to support the puck. Watch how Ayr supports the puck really well. And what I mean by that is anytime they have a puck along the wall, they're going to have a guy right in behind them on the defensive side. So initially that guy carries the puck, he attacks the first forechecker from Port Hope, and he either passes laterally to his teammate or he can chip the puck off of the wall and his teammate can follow through with support. Really important when you're up like this 4-1, you don't want to take chances, but you don't want to sit back either. You want to be up, being aggressive, but always in a supportive position on the puck.
Panthers in the face-off. And shuttle it back in again. Centennials around the boards. And they come to center. Here comes Forreston. Tries to work it back in front. Couldn't get it through. LeBlanc digging for it. That was Lawrence. Back to the blue line it goes. Rolled back behind the net. Centennials just keep up the pressure. Carver Ormiston twisting and turning. Still has it. Back behind the net.
Good is definitely trying to find a spark here with some different line combinations. Now we've got Foley out on the ice, who traditionally plays with LeBlanc and Lawrence.
You gotta try something, right? You never
Absolutely.
can't settle for being down 4-1. Hunt banks it off the boards to center. Lowry trying to retrieve it. Hunt again, and he'll shoot it in. Matthew Hunt's quite a success story for Port Hope. Never played AAA hockey growing up, just played in nearby Newcastle, and has really made his game fit at junior C level. Has been an effective player for Port Hope the last few years. Here is Seraphim with a shot, and Young shuts the door. Keeps it at a 3-goal game with 7:14 to go in the second period.
It's interesting you talk about Matthew Hunt and never playing AAA. That's what I love about the Junior C League. In order to go this deep, yes, you got to have your players like Seraphim. You got to have your players like Key. You got to have your players like Lawrence and LeBlanc, guys who have played some high-level hockey. But as you go down the lineup, you've got to have those role players.
Right off the face-off, the shot from Quinn Diamond is caught and held by Aaron Young. Ferguson to the blue line. The Panthers get it but can't get it out. Now McGill will try the other way. Ahead it goes. Mackey. Little touch ahead for Ferguson. He'll lead the rush. Brings it in. Cuts to the middle. Sauces it to the net. Why not? Nobody there to poke it in. Centennials back to center ice they come with Clipper. Fires it around the boards. Young tees it up in behind and almost move it away, but the Panthers reclaim it, and we've got a slashing penalty coming here against, I think, Cam McGill of the Port Hope Panthers in behind the play.
And it's hard to be hard on guys, especially young guys playing hockey in front of a big crowd. You're frustrated, you're down 4-1, but that's where you just got to be disciplined. You can't take those penalties in behind the play. You've got to recognize here in the game that what is the referees calling? The referees are calling those types of plays, either after the whistle or late. They're allowing guys to battle. You just got to be disciplined and play through that extracurricular stuff.
Seraphim off the face-off, right on Young to save, and he pounces on the rebound and holds. That just used up 5 seconds of the Centennials power play.
Well, this is a critical kill, obviously, for Port Hope.
Again, Centennials win the face-off. Harding at the left point. Gives it back to Cash Seraphim. Winds up blasting and missed the net by 3 feet, and out it rolls to center. Mitch Harding goes back to get it for the Centennials. They're trying to organize. Jeffers took it away. They're pushing forward. Come the Centennials. Clee to McLean, and then sit down the ice. Matthew Hunt's really stepped up the physical play for the Panthers, trying to get his team heading in the right direction. McLean, he is upended by Hunt. And the Panthers gain control and blast it down the ice. Ayr Centennials leading 4-1 in the game. Here they come to center, leading 2-0 in the series. Quinn Diamond jams on the brakes. The blue line for Nolan Ferris. Surveys the scene, wants to shoot, sends one towards the net, block, gets it back. Ferris again, ribs. In for Diamond. Diamond again, top of the circle. Harding with a shot, through the traffic, jam play in front, and taken away by the Panthers, and Mackey's going to send it down the ice.
It's a good job by Port Hope. When you're penalty killing, you rely on your goalie to make that first save. The dude is tie up the sticks and your forwards to come back and pick up the puck and ice it.
Final 15 seconds of the Cameron McGill Port Hope penalty. Harding roughed up by Mackey, and a penalty coming here. I think Mackey's going to get it. Port Hope's going to be 2 men short for 7 seconds. guys in tonight's game are Joe Park and Corey Bannerman, both veteran officials who spent a lot of time in the OHL. Joe Dewar and Matt Perot are your linesmen tonight.
So if I'm coaching Port Hope right now, I'm telling them every single one of our penalties is because we're not moving our feet. It's that simple. You got to move your feet. These guys are high-level referees. That's called lazy hockey, and they don't like it, and they're making these calls. It's that simple. You've got to recognize it. You've got to make an adjustment. It's an adjustment within the game.
5-on-3 power play for a few seconds here. Try centering pass. Clee didn't work. Now it's back to 5-on-4 again. And the Centennials can't keep it in. Here's Gurr to center. Seraphim hustling back. And that turns it over for the Centennials. Here they come with Harrison. Crisscross, drop pass, Cummings. In front, trying to set up Harrison. And he was tied up by Gurr. Andrew Gurr with a great play. Here comes Lawrence. One man to beat. And he just had it rolled off the stick from Seraphim. So about 35 seconds has elapsed in the second Port Hope penalty. Cummings trying to get it away from Gurr. Steers the puck ahead for McLean. He's been very impressive so far tonight for the Centennials. Lofts it in. Young gets a hold of it and flips it out to center. Kemp. Mackenzie Kemp couldn't get it past the Port Hope blue line. Now Hunt races after it. He'll backhand it ahead. Gurr gets a glove on it. And he can't get it out. Gardner back in his own corner. He can't find it. Centennials keep up the pressure. There's a shot. Young will save. And will hold with 33 seconds left in the Port Hope penalty.
So if we had replay here, I'd ask him to replay back to when Ayr was attacking the net and Gurr made the great back check. To most Ayr fans, they're probably saying that's a holding of the stick or a holding penalty, but that's a perfect example of where the referees are going to allow them to play versus calling penalties when they're not moving their feet.
Masterson, Jackson, Kemp, Jackson White rather, Masterson, White, in front, save Young, puck still loose. Ayr keeps up the pressure. Kemp to the net, lands in the corner, Masterson again. Kemp at the blue line, his shot lands in the crease and Young pounces on and holds on.
Really good structure from Ayr. Both of their power play units play the umbrella really well, and then both shoot the puck low, looking for deflections, looking for tips. You don't see too many pucks up high, up in the goalie's chest or in his glove where he can easily make those saves. Good discipline, good structure from both of the units.
Final 10 seconds in the power play. Pettit. Diamond. Wibbs in the corner. Roughed up by Jeffers. Clipper. Pettit, the penalty over. Wibbs in behind. Kavanaugh trying to take it from him. Jeffers went heavy into the boards, and Mackey's going to bring the puck out. Feeds Goodman. Across the blue line, into the middle, trying to work it across for LeBlanc, but it was way behind him. Kavanaugh. His pass too far for Goodman. Ferguson dumps it in for the Panthers, but dumps it out of play with 2:12 to go. Second period, 4-1 Ayr Centennials lead.
You got to look to Port Hope here to try to get one late in this period. Try to get back into this, take some momentum into the dressing room. If you're Ayr, again, keep doing what you've been doing really well. You're locking down the middle. You're forcing Port Hope to play wall hockey outside of the dots.
Again, the Panthers still looking for answers. Now they've got Lawrence with Lowry and Foley. If you've been watching Port Hope Panthers all season, they always have LeBlanc and Lawrence together, but they've had to break them up here to try to get something going. Lawrence digging for the puck along the boards. Seraphim has his man all tied up. That looks like it's Hunt. And finally, the puck dug out, at least for now, and back into the corner it goes. Orliston, no doubt. Ayr would like to leave it here for the next 21 and a half minutes. Ferguson back behind his net. Panthers need something good to happen if they're going to climb back in this game. Seraphim fires over top of the net, over top of the glass, and bring the face-off outside the blue line.
That's your traditional forechecking, your traditional heading the puck in by Ayr with a good F3. Seraphin's the F3, springs on any loose puck. So easy way to keep a guy in the middle, force Port Hope out to the angles, drag the puck in the corners like you were saying, Rob. They'll just be happy to grind it down like that for the next 20, 21 and a bit.
McGill, Gardner, good. His pass picked off, Masterson, grabbed by Gervais. Takes it in behind the net for the Panthers. To the blue line, Gardner. His shot, pinballs into the corner. Back at the blind, Gardner, in behind for Gurr. They spin away from the check in the corner, and it rolls to the line and dumped down the ice by Ayr. Will it go far enough for icing? It just does with 47.7 seconds to go in the second period. It's a 3-goal lead for the Ayr Centennials.
Another interesting rule is, as you can see in the NHL, is you're not allowed to change your defensive players on an icing, and I think it's the next step for Junior C. Junior C is slowly becoming a development league for Junior A and Junior B, and that's a critical rule change that I think will help our league for sure.
Panthers win the face-off. Kavanaugh through the traffic, fires, tip wide of the net. Smith digging for it, so is Godwin. Kept it at the blue line, and it is shot up and deflected out of play, this time off a Centennial stick, so they'll keep the face-off in the zone. A new puck is needed, so a new puck is found. Well, you hit it when you're at those games and you can't find a puck. Well, they have one ready to go here. Of course, in a few minutes they'll have the puck toss. Or did they have that already? I think they might have. Here come the Centennials to center ice. Masterson with wheels. Cutting in. Couldn't get a shot through the net. And Jeffers is going to turn it around for Port Hope. Final 18 seconds of the period. Couldn't get it past the blue line. Kavanaugh races after it. Chips it back ahead for Jeffers. He's in 1-on-3 and he can't get forward. 5 seconds left in the period. Maybe one last chance. Mackenzie Kemp going to wheel it to the net. Couldn't get it through. And that'll do it for the period. The Ayr Centennials score the only two of the period and lead 4-1 after 40.
And Port Hope's going to have to make some adjustments here, go into the dressing room, try to regroup. I hate to say that this is the most important period in the series, but if I'm the coach, I got to do everything I can here to rally my troops, get them some confidence. This next period is vitally important that they come out, do their best to at least close it up. For Ayr, they want to continue what they're doing well. Just lock it down, use their maturity, play disciplined hockey, come out of here with a good road win.
Centennials, 4 different goal scorers. Masterson, McLean, Klee, and Cummings showing their depth. They lead 4-1. Can McGill, the only goal for Port Hope. After 40, it's 4-1 Centennials. Here in Port Hope, game number 3 of the Schmalz Cup final. Ayr Centennials leading 4-1 over the Port Hope Panthers, lead the series 2-0. Panthers come to center ice with Austin Jeffers, 17-year-old defenseman, the loft one to the net, and Mitch Figueroa making another save, and will hold on.
So I like to break periods down in 5-minute sections, and so what Ayr's trying to do is hold the ground here for the first 5 minutes. Port Hope's got to come, and they got to come real hard. They got to force pucks up ice. They got to try to enter with possession so they can get either shots from a way out, force some rebounds, or to attack the net.
Panthers trying to keep it in the blue line. They do with Cam McGill for Wassala. Tries a little dangle move, doesn't work. And the Centennials are going to bust it back to center with Cash Seraphin. In on the right side, trying to cut in, and he is hit hard by McGill. Mackey trying to get it out of his own zone for the Panthers. absorbing a slash and gets it out to center ice. Here comes Wassila. Brings it in left wing, trying to cut to the net. Great play defensively by Nolan Ferris. Sends the Centennials back up ice. On man rush. Clipper lives to the net. And his pass just out of the reach of Diamond, who gathers it back in again. Mitchell shoots, tipped, scramble in front. And the Panthers sweep it to the blue line and out it rolls to center. Gardner. Panthers trying to get out of their own zone. Just barely do. They're having all kinds of trouble getting anything going, Claire.
No, this is a textbook defensive shutdown by Ayr. I think you see a veteran team that's been in this situation many times over the years, so they know exactly what to do here.
And a lot of players who played at a higher level, particularly junior B hockey. Here comes Gardner. His attempt to get it in deep doesn't work. Gibbs grabs it. His pass intercepted by Gurd, and he'll fire it right back in the Centennial zone. Rattle off the boards and out to center ice. Ferguson. Gurd. Lawrence. Doggy. Lawrence shoots. What a glove save by Figardo. And then Ormiston collects the puck and lofts it out to center. Schaefer. It's in deep. Hit the 2:45 point of the third period and a 3-goal lead for Ayr. Here comes Dalton Lawrence. Penalty coming here. Puck is touched by the Centennials, and they're going to get a slashing penalty. Dalton Lawrence, with his speed, draws it.
Exactly. You see as Lawrence does, and this is the new kind of style of hockey, and I think it's built from Connor McDavid. Watching Connor McDavid will see when he's got traffic around him, he just pushes pucks to open spaces, and that's what Lawrence does really well there through the neutral zone. He senses he's under attack, so he pushes a puck to an open space. He's able to move into that open space, and Ayr is forced to hold him up with their stick or slash him.
McGill trying to set it up in front for Foley. LeBlanc to keep it into the blue line, but it's shoved out to center again. And the Centennials, with that aggressive penalty kill, keep the Panthers at bay. LeBlanc brings it back in again. Into the corner it goes for Foley. Back to the blue line, McGill. Tries a little move, doesn't work. Stays with the puck. Across the wall, quick hard shot, rebound, back in. Goodman can't bang it home. Goodman getting behind the net. Now McGill. Now LeBlanc with a blast. Figardo is saved, and they can't poke in the loose puck. Just about a minute into the power play. Here comes McGill, side of the net. Foley tries to jam it in short side, and Figardo with a great save. And then he throws the puck. Not happy with the extra push of the puck by Smith after the whistle.
No, and that's what Port Hope's got to do, is they got to try to get into the dirty area there in front of Figueroa and try to get into his head. He's just playing unbelievable. But that save percentage, the way he's playing in these playoffs, he's your number one penalty killer. And you've seen here tonight, he's strong in his crease. He gets out on top of the blue paint. He covers rebounds well. And, you know, for the most part, shows great composure. We'll see if Port Hope's got into his kitchen, as we call it here.
Panthers keeping it at the blue line. McGill into the corner. Gurr. Lowry. And they can't find anybody loose in front. And here come the Centennials. Pettit. And a smart play to just turn it back around and kill off those precious seconds. 37 and 36 and 35 seconds is all that's left in the Port Hope power play. McGill in his own corner. Steers it ahead. Now we'll get it back again. Lawrence couldn't get forward. Now pass to center ice for Foley. To Lowry. Across the blue line he goes. Lowry shoots. Rips it wide. Jeffers following up. And here come the Centennials with an odd man rush. It's Klee. Harding joins him. Harding couldn't get a shot away. Good back check by Lowry. And Matthew Hunt will try to start the Panthers ahead, but his pass misses the intended target, and the penalty is over. The Panthers 0 for 2 on the power play. Clipper redirects the puck in, avoids the hit from Hunt. Now Wibbs, centering pass. There's a shot by Diamond. And the Panthers get it back to center. Here comes Gervais. Brings it in right wing. He's got speed. Gets it towards the net. Never quite reached the crease. And the Centennials back to center. They go with Quinn Diamond. Across the Port Hope blue line. Path to the net. Swept off his stick by Hunt. And the Panthers get it back to center. And Mackey for Wassilak. Cuts in. His shot didn't get to the net. Centennials just rolling the lines here. Clipper dumps it in. There's a shot. And the save by Young, and they'll hold on. 14:07 to go, third period. 4-1 Ayr Centennials lead the Port Hope Panthers.
Ayer's done a good job. So that's your first 5-minute segment. You're actually 6 minutes into it. Like Rob, you said, they're able to roll their lines. They're enabling their D to not be under pressure here by consistently dumping the puck out, getting some low zone face-offs, controlling the play.
Panthers try again. Here they come to center with Smith across the blue line. His wrist shot doesn't get to the net. Cummings curls back with a puck penalty coming here. It's going to be against Port Hope. Then Smith, here we go. It's going to be our first fight of the series. Mike Smith for Port Hope and Sean Mitchell for the Ayr Centennials, who ends up on top. Both players are going to head to the dressing room, but Mike Smith hoping maybe his team gets something out of this. And Sean Mitchell hoping to stick up for his teammates.
Yeah, Smith has played well all series. He's a big boy. He's just trying something, trying to create a spark here for his club. Doesn't want to go down 3-0.
Some more pushing and shoving right near the Centennials bench.
Port Hope was the original penalty here, so if everything evens itself off, they'll have a power play.
Well, this game, if you're just joining us, started with all kinds of gusto for the hometown Port Hope Panthers. Cam McGill scored 26 seconds after puck drop. It stayed 1-0 for 10 minutes plus. The Centennials tie it on a goal by Zach Masterson, shorthanded. Go ahead on a power play goal by Connor McLean. It was 2-1 at the end of the first period. Centennials score the only 2 goals of the second. Mitch Klee, his 12th of the playoffs. And then Connor Cummings, his 5th. That made it 4-1, and that's where we stand. 13:44 to go here in period number 3, in game number 3.
This late in the year, Rob, I always told my guys, playoffs, it's a fine line, and we look back. Port Hope had a great start to the period, got up early. That shorthanded goal was a tremendous momentum builder for Ayr in the first period. Their second goal, a long shot that took an awkward bounce on Calgary. Those are little parts that sometimes, unfortunately, define a series. And in this opportunity here, you're up 2-0. You've weathered a bit of a storm from Port Hope right off the bat, and you get a great individual effort for a penalty or a shorthanded goal, and then you get a fortunate bounce to go up 2-1. And then in the second period, they were able to capitalize on a couple of good transition plays to score some tap-ins on 2-on-1. So.
Well, the Centennials do get a power play out of this. Leading by 3. Chance to add more. Mitch Klee on center ice and on the face-off against Campbell. Campbell wins the draw, but Klee gets the puck back again. His centering pass doesn't get through to Seraphim. Now comes to McLean. He blasts one. It's tipped wide of the net. Seraphim comes in to get it. Trying a centering pass doesn't work. Panthers to the blue line, not out. Gardner trying to get a stick on it. LeBlanc touches it, can't get it out. Now Seraphim shoots it. That deflects into the corner. He's got it back again. Cash Seraphim all the way to the blue line. Still has it. Wants to shoot it. Blasts it. A cannon shot. Missed it. And the Port Hope, the Ayr player has lost his helmet. He's got to head to the bench. And that's Mitch Klee. Panthers, but can't take advantage and can't get the puck out. McLean, good job. Keep it alive. Now Harrison. Lines up. Fakes. There's Seraphim, and he blasts it wide. Centennials keep it alive. Back to the blue line, McLean. His shot. Saved by Young through the traffic. And he's got it hauled. And then Wibbs and McGill all tied up in front. 53 seconds left in the Port Hope penalty. They're down 4-1 with 12:37 left in the third.
That just sums up what I've seen over the two games here that I've been in Port Hope watching. There's a classic example of a team that can protect the puck well, big bodies. You got a one-on-one battle up here at the blue line, and Ayer's confident enough that he turns back with the puck, protects it, waits for support. Now they got guys in front of the net screening well. Just really well structured and, capitalizing on it. Although there may not be goals, they're wearing down Port Hope's defensemen, they're wearing down their goalie, building confidence as they move along.
Cody Hall, the head coach of the Centennials, doing a nice job. But here comes Goodman, trying to get something going for the Panthers, but he couldn't dangle his way through. And Wibbs is hit from Hunt, but here comes Clipper, leads the rush. Across for Quinn, centering pass, and Young makes a big save. And the Panthers send it down the ice. Aaron Young's been good since he's come into the game.
He was good on the first game when he came in. He's played really well.
Harding, Ferris with some speed to the Port Hope blue line. Matthew Hunt blocks it and then shovels it back down the ice. Centennials with the final few seconds on their power play, leading by 3. Here they come to center ice. Wibbs to Ferris. Got around Hunt. Fires it to the net. Glove save by Aaron Young, and the 19-year-old goaltender will hold on. Next game in the series will be Friday night in Ayr. It's a 7:30 puck drop at the North Dumfries Community Complex. And then if necessary, Game 5 back here on Sunday afternoon. It'll be a 4 o'clock puck drop here at the Jack Burger Complex. So the Panthers have now killed off that penalty. Lantain. And the Panthers take it away, and Godden back to center ice. Kemp pushes it in. Panthers trying to get organized. McGill drops it off for Lawrence. Around the left wing boards for Godden. Lawrence steals it up, trying to feed it to center, but couldn't find anybody wearing the blue jersey. Centennials Ormiston. Schaefer trying to cut his way through, and it almost worked. Big hit. Lantain and Jeffers go after each other. Port Hope back to center with Dalton Lawrence. Smooth skater across the line. Draws another penalty. And the Panthers have the goaltender head to the bench, looking for an extra attacker. Kavanaugh curls back behind his own blue line. Ahead for Lawrence. And now grabbed by Harding. And that'll bring a holding penalty against the Ayr Centennials and another power play for Port Hope.
Goes without saying, but Port Hope's got to try to capitalize here and get a goal, get a good feeling back. Still got 10 minutes. They can score multiple goals in a quick time frame, but we need to start one by one here, and the power play is the perfect opportunity. You got to be looking for sticks, and again, traffic in front of Figueredo. He's going to stop anything that he sees, for sure.
Foley rolls the puck to the net. Good job by LeBlanc to keep it in the blue line for Campbell. For Dan LeBlanc, the Port Hope captain. To the net, and he snapped it just wide. Comes back to Campbell. For McGill, nice job to keep it in. Winds up, shoots right through the bodies in front, but maybe not enough bodies. Figueredo sees and holds.
Hate to be critical, but that shot's either got to be almost right along the ice, or it's got to be what we call a slap pass. And so he slap passes to a guy on the side of the net for a redirect. Figueredo's just too good. If he sees it, he's going to save it.
Panthers win the face-off. McGill, McGraw, McGill, and McGill will be nonchalant on the play and intercepted by Cummings, and he'll shoot it down the ice. LeBlanc. Doesn't work the first time, he'll follow up on it, stays with it. Pounded by Ferris. LeBlanc still has it, walks out front, gets a shot, makes Figueroa make a save, and will hold on.
Great individual effort by LeBlanc. You know, third or fourth year player, I think, Rob, in this league, overager. You know, takes the puck around, he waits for support, he's looking for a pass from underneath the goal line. Turn the defenseman around that way, turn their back to a trailing forward that's coming down through the seam, through the center, looking for an easy tap in.
Panthers outshot Ayr in the first period, 16-10. In the second period, it was turned around 11-7 for Ayr, and they have taken the best advantage of their opportunities, and now they have Port Hope facing off in their own zone on this power play, not what they wanted to do.
One thing I've noticed in this game is that Ayer's been able to rest some of their big guys here. Play them just 5-on-5. I see Serafam's out here on a PK, but Klee, you know, Masterson, those guys were logging heavy ice in game one, and in this game he's been able to utilize his bench far better.
McGill to center for Foley, for Gervais. Now Jeffers with a shot, and again, the vision was there for Mitch Figueroa, and he'll hold on.
Rob, I'm really impressed with Jeffers. He's a midget age player. He's a 99, and Austin's going to have a great junior career. I think this is a stepping stone. I imagine with his skating and his on-ice vision, he's probably looking at playing junior A. He's fit in really nicely here in Port Hope.
Happened to talk to his parents recently. Played a lot of his hockey growing up at Double-A, so he's kind of been a late bloomer, and he sure looks impressive. McGill inside his own zone, but he can't make a play. Now Jeffers comes in. Now Lowry is going to bring the puck out, and now we get a whistle, and now we get a penalty. And McLean draws it. Is he going to go? I don't think so. I think it's Jeffers for Port Hope.
And we're just talking about how well his vision is in his skating, and he shows that he's got the necessary grit as well. You know, you got to stick up for yourself. I know it's 4-1 and you're trying to claw your way back, but you also got to show that you've got some grit, and that as a defenseman, you're not going to be run through the end of the boards there.
Well, I don't think he did get a penalty after all. He just got sent to the bench.
He figured he was getting one.
Guilty conscience. Well, there is a penalty, though, on the Port Hope side. It looks like Cameron McGill has it instead.
Some 4-on-4 hockey here.
For a few seconds, make it 18 seconds, and then we'll go back to Ayr on the power play. This is the 6th playoff series that the Ayr Centennials have played already. Their path to the Schmalz Cup took them through Burford, Wellesley, New Hamburg, Grimsby, and Essex. 22-3 so far in the playoffs. The Ayr Centennials. Port Hope has had series wins against Gananoque, Napanee, Port Perry, Alliston. Sit at 16-5 because there's fewer series for them to play in their own league. They don't have quite as many games to go, but boy, it's a journey.
22-3. That's incredible at this time of the year. You know, it only takes a couple of injuries. Think what would happen if they lost Figueroa here. So, you know, it's a combination of veteran, it's a combination of being healthy.
It's 5-on-3 power play. Port Hope has just taken a bench minor penalty. Centennials back in their own zone. Mitch Harding. Looks like he's not too interested in moving up ice yet, if at all. Centennials lead by 3. Here they come now to center ice. Cummings across the Port Hope blue line. Kavanaugh, at least Ferguson, just took another penalty here, a little hooking call. And the referee deciding he didn't like it. It won't start for a minute 25, but Keegan Ferguson is going to go to the box.
this will frustrate Port Hope, but again, I go back to, these are the type of penalties that they've been calling all night. They've been consistent with it. It's unfortunate if you're a Port Hope fan, and you can hear it here in the arena, they're upset with the referees, but it's just, you've got to make those adjustments early on in the game. Coaches and teams have to have a book on referees and understand what type of penalties are they going to call, how are they letting the game flow, who's dictating what out here.
5-on-3 continues for the Centennials. This one goes over top of the net and over the glass from Cash Serafin. So still a minute 15 left in the first two penalties. And the puck rolls to the Panthers' net. Mackey wanted to relieve some pressure, but goaltender Young wanted to hold on. It's kind of sapped the energy out of the building, hasn't it?
Yeah, if I'm Ayr, I am really happy right now. They've done what they needed to do. They've come in here, weathered the storm, utilized their, a couple of good bounces early on, and basically grinded this game right down to a halt, and now they're having some fun on a 5-on-3.
Harrison cross ice trying to set up Serafin, and Jeffers is going to relieve some pressure momentarily. Matt Harding goes back in his own zone, picks up some speed, wheels to the Panthers' blue line, had it stripped by Jeffers. McLean follows up, just avoids a hit. McLean keeps going to the blue line. Harding, Serafin, tip wide, and Mackey will retrieve, and he will blast the length of the ice, and that is very unfortunate for Port Hope because it goes over top of the low glass, brings the face-off back in the Panther zone.
What we didn't talk about much in game one, Rob, was McLean, but he's had a heck of a game here. He's a prototypical solid junior C left winger. Up and down the wing, he's got some good hands, good vision, protects the puck well. He's had a great game today.
Kemp, Ferris, they trade passes again. Kemp, Quinn Diamond, just keep on moving the puck around. Ferris and Kemp and Diamond can't get it through. Up the side of the net, the back of the net, and it's tied up long enough for a face-off, says referee Joe Park, with 2 seconds left in the first two penalties, and then Port Hope will be just one man short for 2 minutes, unless something else happens.
This is the best way to grind a game down. This is the best way to protect the lead. It's hard for Port Hope to score when you've got the puck. 5-on-3, you maintain possession most of the time. They like to set up what I traditionally call a box and one, and they're looking for a one-timer on the weak side or a quick tap to the guy in the middle.
So 2 penalties and only one player can come out of the box. Serafin has the puck for the Centennials. McGill jumps on the ice. Centering pass. He jam it home. It's Masterson, and it's 5-1 Ayr.
It's just a matter of time. They had great possession for pretty well the entire 5-on-3. You end up wearing down your goalie. He's got to move back and forth. One thing people forget is the goalie's got to be intense the entire time that puck's inside of the blue line, and eventually over time he just wears down both mentally and physically, and even some which look like maybe a weak shot. He's just tired.
So Masterson's going to get his second of the game, his 8th of the postseason. Serafin will draw an assist. And the Centennials have really busted this one wide open. Lowry trying to feed a pass through for Foley. Icing is the call. Missed him with the pass.
I think it's important at this point that Ayr just maintains their discipline, make sure that they have all their players in the lineup for the next game here. Make sure that they don't do anything to kind of give Port Hope a spark to take into Game 4.
Harding towards the net. Ormiston can't catch up to it. Maybe worth mentioning that last year Port Hope was down 3-0 to Essex and fought back to make it a series in a Game 7 before finally losing it 1-0 in that final game. McGill. For Foley. Too far for Goodman. Sent back in again. Cameron McGill was in his second year with the Port Hope Panthers. Now Jeffers going after Lantagne. And I don't know if he's going to get the only penalty, but Lantagne probably got the first lick in.
There's another thing to keep in mind, Rob, is, and for the fans, any sort of fight, any sort of misconduct at this point in the game carries an automatic one-game suspension. So if you're Ayr, you just want to make sure that you're not doing anything that's going to cause you to miss the next game. In the case of Jeffers, I think it's just frustration. He's a young boy, a midget-age player moving into junior here, and he's been run a lot tonight. But that comes with him being a good hockey player. He's on the mark. If I'm coaching against him, I'm telling guys, you got to play the body on Jeffers. He plays the puck well. He moves laterally really well. I think he's just frustrated after a tough night here.
So it's even up. Guessing both players are going to get 2 and 10, and they're done for the night. 6:02 to go here, third period. Panthers just looking for something positive to take in a game 4, it would seem. Goodman across the line. Now Hunt will try. Ferris retrieves. Masterson back in for the Centennials. Little toe drag move. Works it into the middle. Spinning shot by Jackson White doesn't get to the net. Less than 5.5 minutes to go, third period. Keegan Ferguson out of his own zone for the Panthers. Cummings chips it in. Hunt's going to go back for it. That's going to be icing this time against Ayr. And a rare occurrence in this one tonight.
I wouldn't have too many ozone face-offs if we're Port Hope here, but we're just looking here to catch something, catch a spark, be able to take it into the next game. We've got players from last year that know what it's like to be down 3-0 and claw their way back. They've got some character guys here, but it starts with a spark here late in game 3.
Panthers win the face-off. Wasiluk trying to work it in deep. McLean now for the Centennials. Absorbs a hit from Wasiluk and shoots it out of play. We've got another penalty coming. This is a roughing call. I think it's against Evan Wasiluk. No, it's against the Centennials player McLean.
And he just retaliated after Wasiluk hit him in the boards. I think Park's doing a good job here managing the game, making sure that, he shows Port Hope that, hey, he's going to even things out here on a late hit. For Ayr again, good penalty kill opportunity, perfect a penalty kill. Take a look at what Port Hope's doing. Take that momentum into game 4.
Panthers can't keep it into the blue line, sends them scurrying back in their own zone. Less than 5 minutes to go, third period. Ayr Centennials lead the game 5-1, lead the series 2-0. Panthers back to center. Kavanaugh brings it in left side. Snaps it towards the net. Creates a nice rebound, but nobody can poke it in. Now back to the blue line for Mackey. Gloves it down. Drops it back to Kavanaugh. Not a bad play. Couldn't get it on net. Steals it back to Gervais. Kavanaugh. Throws it in front. It was tipped. Now Gardner. This is not Port Hope's top power play unit, but doing not a bad job. Gervais. Gardner. Gervais. It'll peel back. Trade places with Gardner. Feeds Gardner. He shoots. Figardo to save. Rebound in front. And the Centennials send it down the ice. Relieve some more pressure.
It's a good job by Port Hope. Now your traditional power play guys on there for them, but again, taking away the goalie's eyes, looking for rebounds, shooting pucks off pads, looking for passes that way.
Now LeBlanc, he's always on the power play. Comes up with the puck, snaps it high, just about caught the top corner. It hit Figardo and goes out of play. Rare opportunity here for the Panthers.
Rare opportunity, too, to see some different players on Ayr's penalty kill, and it shows. to me, a good team, you can roll anybody through the penalty kill. Penalty killing is all about teaching, and here, Ayr have some guys that we don't traditionally see on their PK, and they're doing a great job.
Rare to see a Port Hope power play without Dalton Lawrence on it, that's for sure. Matthew Hunt at his own blue line, dumps the puck in. Lavoie getting to it, spins away from Kemp. Final 15 seconds of the Port Hope power play. Looking for something good to happen here. Campbell absorbs a hit. Godden in to help out. Campbell again. In front for Lavoie, snaps it wide. Where is it? Back to the blue line. Kept alive. Hunt, penalty over. Shot deflected high. And with 3 minutes left in the third period, it's a 5-1 Centennials lead.
There's a great sign of character on Ayr. It's a 5-1 lead, and you still have veteran guys laying down trying to block shots. That's what brings your whole bench alive, keeps guys involved, and making sure everybody's willing to pay a price here to be an Ontario champion.
Panthers win the face-off. Foley, Gardner, tip just wide by Lowry. Now Goodman. Try to feed Foley, didn't work. And the Centennials back to center ice. Masterson will just trickle it towards the net. Young's going to have to hold on. So again, game 4 in this series goes Friday night in Ayr. And if the Panthers can keep it alive, it'll bring it back here for game 5 on Sunday. If needed, a game 6 would go Tuesday in Ayr. And a game 7 would go Friday here in Port Hope next week. But lots has to happen for the Panthers to claw their way back into the series. It looked like they had earlier tonight, Claire, jumping out, scoring the first goal, then having a power play, but getting scored on shorthanded. And special teams was the key early, but it's morphed into a complete game for the Centennials.
Yeah, the power play, the second power play, if they had to capitalize there, it would be a totally different game. But to give up a PK goal there, shorty, and then to have the unfortunate bounce, it really took the wind out of the sails. And these things happen at this stage in the year, and it's that fine line. They just have to look here, regroup, maybe have a day to practice, try to keep things fresh, keep the spirits up, and go into Ayr and try to claw their way back, shift by shift.
Mackey and Gervais trying to create something here, late stages for the Panthers. Minute 47 remaining in the third period. Schmalz Cup scoring race coming into the game tonight. Dalton Lawrence on top with 25 points, but boy, have the Centennials, he's got 1 point tonight. Have they ever done a great job of limiting him to his chances?
Yeah, and I don't know whether maybe it's a tactic by Goody or not to try to, pull some strings, flip some switches with Lawrence, but he really hasn't played too much here in the third period, and I even noticed in the second in the third he wasn't on the PK much, so, or maybe he's hurting a bit, I don't know, but, for them to go, he's got to go, there's no question about it. He's in on almost all of their goals leading into this, so we'll see how he responds for game 4.
Well, you always get the sense that he's saying to the rest of the team, okay, if you get a couple, then we'll throw him back out there to try to contribute, but he can't do it alone anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
Aaron Duger fights off a couple checks, brings the puck in, fires it towards the net. Figueroa makes the save and then tries the clearance himself. Doesn't work. Now Kemp, Harrison, out it goes to center. Good job by Hunt to keep it going for the Panthers. Looking for something good here. Here's Gurr in front. Campbell scores! And the Panthers get their second of the game. Hard to get anything by Figueroa, but they get one.
Well, there's a little spark, right? Something, you got to take that into game 4. That's the kind of goal they're going to have to score right there. That's a quick transition goal, utilizing a 3-on-1, a nice quick pass across the road, makes Figueroa move from right to left, and then our Port Hope player brings it back to the left for an easy tap in. It's those types of goals, or it's those secondary chances that Port Hope's got to get inside of Ayr's big D to try to capitalize and score in game 4.
So John Campbell, the goal getter. Now Godden shoots. That went off the side of the net. A few fans thought that might have gone in. Maybe an announcer or two thought the same thing.
But definitely look from this side. I've seen the odd one go right through the mesh. Some of these rinks aren't like OHL rinks and NHL rinks. You know, these nets get used 60, 70, 80 hours a week from minor hockey, and some of these boys can really shoot a puck. I've seen the odd one go through the mesh. Makes for an exciting few minutes while we decide with no video replay.
Well, this one's just about a wrap. The Ayr Centennials, for the second time in this series, have come into Port Hope and beaten the Panthers by a 3-goal margin. They lead the series 3 games to nothing. They win the game tonight 5-2. Take you through the scoring summary real quickly now. First goal of the game came 26 seconds in. Port Hope scored it. Cameron McGill from Dalton Lawrence. And then the Centennials got a shorthanded goal from Zach Masterson 11 minutes in. A power play goal from Connor McLean 6 minutes later and led 2-1 at the intermission. Second period, Ayr scores the only 2 goals. Mitch Klee and Connor Cummings. And then in the third, the team's trade goals, Masterson and then Campbell for Port Hope. That leaves it at 5-2 through 60, and that is the final score. The Panthers are down and in a deep, deep hole, Claire.
They are. They're going to have to use all the cliches now. Their backs against the wall, shift by shift, and truly that's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to rely on some of their experienced players from last year, their coaching staff, to say, hey, we're not out of this yet. We just got to take it shift by shift. And again, there's a few key defining moments and a few lucky breaks, a shorthanded goal. And, it's one game at a time for them. For Ayr, they're going home. They can't be overconfident, but they got Port Hope right in the right spot where they want them.
The Midwestern Junior C champion Ayr Centennials leading 3 games to nothing on the Port Hope Panthers here in the Schmalz Cup final. Join us again on Friday night for Game 5 in Ayr. On behalf of our team, Claire Cornish, my name is Rob Snook. Glad to have you. Join us again on Friday when John Wilson will take over in the play-by-play chair. So long from Port Hope.